In the 14th century, a deadly plague swept across Europe. It killed millions in just a few short years. This is the story of the Black Death and how it reshaped the world. In this video, the Summary Cave explains the Black Death in 10 key chapters from its origins and spread to its impact on society, medicine, and history. The Black Death is believed to have started in Central Asia, or China. Carried westward along the Silk Road by traders and armies, it moved silently across thousands of miles. Fleas carrying the plague bacteria thrived on rodents that followed human settlements and caravans. By the early 1340s, the disease had already begun its deadly journey towards Europe, leaving devastation in its path. In 1347, ships docking in the port of Kaffa in Crimea carried rats infected with plague fleas. From there, the disease spread rapidly through Italy, then France and Spain, and soon across all of Europe. Within months, entire towns and cities were overwhelmed. People fleeing the plague only carried it further, ensuring that no region was truly safe. The Black Death struck with terrifying speed. Victims developed swollen lymph nodes called buboes, often black or purple, followed by fever, vomiting, and unbearable pain. Death often came within 3 days. Families abandoned their own, fearing infection. Priests, doctors, and neighbors refused to visit homes, leaving sufferers to die alone. By 1351, estimates suggest between 75 and 200 million people had died across Europe, Asia, and Africa. In Europe alone, nearly half of the population was wiped out. Whole towns disappeared from maps, villages lay empty, and laborers were buried in mass graves. No other single event in history has erased so many lives in such a short time. People turned to faith for answers. Many believed the plague was a punishment from God for human sin. Churches organized processions and prayers, but desperation soon gave way to darker actions. Minority groups like Jews were blamed, leading to widespread persecution and massacres. Others believed in supernatural causes such as poisoned wells, evil air, or even alignment of the planets. Doctors struggled with no real understanding of disease. They wore beaked masks filled with herbs, thinking they could block poisonous air. Remedies included bloodletting, potions, and fumigations, but nothing worked. Some towns ordered quarantines, locking suspected ships for 40 days, a practice that gave us the word quarantine. Yet, for most, medicine brought little hope and often more suffering. The plague shattered normal life. Farms were abandoned, trade routes emptied, and cities fell silent. Many people fled to the countryside, spreading the disease further. Fear broke family bonds, with parents leaving children and husbands leaving wives. In some areas, the dead outnumbered the living, and entire communities vanished, leaving only ruins and memory. With so many dead, labor became scarce. Survivors demanded higher wages, and landowners had no choice but to agree. The old feudal system began to weaken, and opportunities opened for peasants and workers who once had little power. The Black Death left a mark on culture that lasted centuries. Art and literature obsessed over death and the fragility of life. Images of skeletons, dancing graves, and apocalyptic scenes became common. Writers questioned human purpose and destiny. For many, survival itself felt like a miracle, and creativity became a way to cope with trauma. Beyond the immediate tragedy, the Black Death transformed society. It spurred changes in medicine by showing the limits of superstition. It weakened feudalism and paved the way for social mobility. It also deepened skepticism toward old authorities, opening the door to new ways of thinking. In many ways, the Renaissance that followed was born from the ashes of this plague. The Black Death was more than a disaster. It marked a turning point in human history, reshaping the way societies worked and how people understood life and death. This video draws on authoritative sources to ensure factual accuracy. Key references include Encyclopaedia Britannica, BBC History, the World History Encyclopedia, the Oxford University History Faculty, and the Science Museum, London. These sources provide reliable insights into the origins, spread, death toll, and cultural impact of the Black Death, ensuring the narration remains fact-based, clear, and educational in line with TSC standards.